Hello everyone and welcome back to BSG Online 7. You can find the links to donate to Mind below the stream. And here we are now with Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets Glitchless. So just as we're about to get started, how about you take it away, Jessica?
Yeah, hello guys, I'm going to do this run for you. I hope I'll get all the cool tricks involved, but yeah, we will see. Some tricks are really hard, so I'm just going to try and enjoy the game and show you a really nice game in a really fast way, I hope. So, Ryan, are you going to do the countdown, or should I do it myself for the game?
I could do the countdown. Okay. I could totally do the countdown. So, if we're ready on time here, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, start. All right, guys. So, welcome to Chamber of Secrets for PC Glitchless. This run is, I want to put glitchless in quotes. It's more glitchless than glitchless. There may be some stuff you question here. Right out the gate, Jessica is going to be trying to get a trick called branch jump. And branch jump isn't exactly going out of bounds. It's more abusing the fact that the developers here added collision to this branch right here for no reason in particular. And as such, we can stand on it. So rather than doing this level normally, we don't get out of bounds, but we get on top of the level, which allows us to walk straight to the end. And incredibly, that trick is hard to do, especially under pressure. So she got it really nice and clean, and it looks good to me. So she's just gonna hop down here, and bang, we're out of Willow in just over a minute. So now we're going to be entering the castle, and we are going to, or Jessica rather, is going to be going up to the common room and then heading to Rictu Sempra, which is the first spell learning class of the run. And spell learning in this game is kind of a mini DDR game where you have to hit the arrow keys to progress. So very similar to DDR. However, in the glitchless category, we're going to be attempting to get the least amount of house points possible. So Jessica is going to be intentionally failing the arrow key challenge to keep her house points low. Because every time you successfully do an arrow key challenge, you get more house points. So we're gonna have about a minute and a half during the arrow keys here, where Jessica is doing absolutely nothing. And it might actually be a great time for reading donations, and I'll let you know when we're there. And I see in chat some people are asking why right here is a great time for donations, by the way. I'll explain something in a second. Go ahead.
Indeed. So I would like to remind everyone that we still do have a few incentives coming up, and especially for the upcoming Unmetal Any Person Run, for which there is an incentive called Bad Choice Run, for which we are 50 euros away. So this is probably the last opportunity, the last run where you can make this incentive, and I know we can do it. So let's do our best to reach it. I'm sure we can. We're all amazing, so let's go.
All right, so I see a question in chat with some people asking why it's not a glitch if she went out of bounds. And the thing is, she didn't go out of bounds. She, that's all collision. It's intentionally designed to be walked on. However, the developers never intended you to go up there. So it's not exactly out of bounds. She's walking on collision. That was just an oversight by the developers. They never expected people to be good enough at the game to be able to get up there without some sort of debug command or glitch. So to answer the question, it's not out of bounds.
Okay, Harry.
All right, so the arrow keys here are now complete, and we're entering Rick to Sempra, the very first spell challenge. Now, the idea here is to push the crabs into these holes, which unlock the next room. And Jessica here is actually using something called a moving platform boost, where you'll see it a few times throughout the run, but you inherit the speed of whatever you're standing on. So some objects, when you cast a spell on it, make the game, they make the object move quicker than Harry's normal moving speed. However, if Harry is standing on the object while it's moving, Harry moves at the same speed as that object. This allows Jessica to jump at a much quicker speed. And again, it's not a glitch. These are intentional things that the developers coded into the game. And we're just going to use them to go fast. So coming up here is actually a pretty cool trick. Normally, you want to push these crabs into holes. However, there's a part here that you could get a ledge grab on, and then you could get another ledge grab up there, and you skip having to do a huge puzzle in this room. And we're out of this room in no time. Why did she avoid the star? Great question. So, collecting the stars give you house points again. And, if anyone missed it, I said that we are trying to avoid getting house points as much as possible because we want as little house points as possible. It's going to compare our house points to the house points of Slytherin. And then it's going to put us in the bean bonus room, depending on how many house points more you have than Slytherin. So the less house points you get, the better. The quicker you could go. Because you don't want to be in the bean bonus room for a long time. So Jessica can get an RNG value that will put her in the bean bonus room anywhere from 10 to 40 seconds. Ideally, she wants to get an RNG value that only has her for 10 seconds. So coming up here, she's gonna try and snipe these crabs out of the air so that she could just push them in one. Unfortunately, one of those spells missed, but that's totally fine. Coming up here, we're coming to the end of Rick to Sempra, and you have to push in 4 crabs into this hole to lower the final challenge star low enough to be able to collect it. And there are 4 crabs on the spiral, but sometimes they're just trolls and they decide not to go in. So what Jessica did was she opted to get an insurance grab on the bottom level, just for marathon safety, to make sure that she's able to get 4 crabs in there easily. So now she's just gonna get this final challenge star, and we're heading to the bean bonus room. And this is the main source of RNG in this run. This is normally where a reset would happen if you had bad RNG. Insurance grab noted, exactly. So it looks like Jessica, I didn't see the exact number she got. She did get quite a high number.
58.
So unfortunately, 58. By my calculation, that puts you in here for 30 seconds, about that. So it's not the best of RNG, but what are you gonna do? Beans. All the beans. Beans aren't important in this run, unfortunately. I know everybody who played this game as a kid would love to have a long time in the bean bonus room. but we do not want to spend time in there. We want to get in and out as quickly as possible. So we're coming up to Quidditch here, which is a bit of an auto-scroller. Basically, Jessica just has to go around and attempt to catch the snitch. And then she has to do this 2 times. On the second one, there is going to be a seeker trying to hit Jessica out of the air. And Jessica just has to hit her out of the air before the seeker manages to hit Harry out of the air. And there is a tiny bit of RNG here for every time the seeker hits Jessica. But every time you get hit by the seeker, it only wastes about 1.5 seconds. It's not a huge issue. So Jessica is gonna hit the seeker about now as she's going around the... it looks like she accidentally hit into the pole. It does happen. And a bludger hit her. Normally she'd have caught the seeker here, but now it doesn't look like she really lost that much time, actually. Probably about 1 second. So now she's gonna follow Hermione to potions class. And there's actually something quite weird about potions here. She's gonna collect the ingredients and then walk up to the cauldron to make the potion. But if she touches the cauldron before Snape begins speaking, the game soft locks for some reason. So Jessica is going to attempt to touch the cauldron as quickly as possible, but she has to make sure that Snape is speaking before she does that. So let's see what she can make do with here. And there she go. Totally fine. Didn't soft lock, thankfully. This game is run in Swedish, by the way. It saves, I would say, about 22 seconds in the glitchless category over running in English. Just because it appears they don't beat around the bush. They just speak quickly and get straight to the point in cutscenes. So Jessica's on the way to Scourge now, the second spell that we learn in this game. And there's going to be this DDR minigame coming up again. And Jessica actually has to do these arrow keys. Being bonus room is a non-factor at this point. She will always have less points than Slytherin, so she'll never be seeing the Bean bonus room again. There is a very small chance here, but there is a chance that she'll get a fake input, which means even if she presses the correct arrow key here, it'll register the wrong arrow key. And every time that this happens, it loses 18 seconds because it goes around the entire loop again. And actually, some of you might notice, but what does the symbol look like to you? To me, it looks like a fidget spinner. And it's kind of a joke in the community, like losing time on fidget spinner when you get a fake input. But this is a great time for donations. You have about, I would say, 45 seconds here just to get a message in quickly if you want to host.
Perfect timing. Indeed. We actually, first off, do have a €5 donation from Gertie saying, "Good luck again to you, Jessica, and thanks to BSG for having some Harry Potter again." Smiley face. And then we've got another €5 from Pet NL saying, "Go Jessica," and then I don't think I'll be able to pronounce this. J-Can't-Het. And I Google translated it, and it is, "You can do it." And I'm sorry for completely destroying this. I apologize. But yes, indeed, all the good luck in here, all the positive vibes. Thank you so much for your donation. And we're just €50 away from getting to 700, so let's go.
All right, perfect. So it looks like Jessica got 2 fake inputs there, which is very, very unlucky. You have anything to say about that, Jessica?
Yeah, 2 fake inputs. Well, I think the thing I've got to say about this is that I'm going for all the really hard tricks the rest of the run because PB isn't possible anymore. So I can show a lot of cool tricks, I think, the rest of the run, because I don't have to worry about getting PB. I lost 60 seconds
go ahead,
to
Jess.
Yeah, I lost 60 seconds, 50. So that's a lot.
All right, so we're entering Scourge now, and Scourge is, I wouldn't say a difficult level, but it's quite an optimized level. We're gonna see an example here of the moving platform boost I was talking about. So Jessica is gonna jump as that platform is moving, and she inherits the speed of the platform, which gives her enough speed to make the jump across that gap, as you saw. Now there's gonna be a Peeves fight coming up, and Peeves takes 5 hits to kill. So she's gonna attempt to kill Peeves as quickly as possible and get out of this room. And that was a pretty good Peeves. So coming up here actually is a trick that saves 30 seconds. Normally, so she's gonna stop this mover as it's moving. Ooh, very close there. And just walk around it. Now, that's not a glitch because it's the way that the game is programmed. But let me explain a little bit about how you would normally do that room. And the way that you would normally do that room is that lever would spin around and block access to you getting into the next room. And you would have to go downstairs and do a huge puzzle to you would have to do a huge puzzle to get back upstairs and unlock that room. So she saved about 30 seconds by doing that trick. All right, so coming up here is a scale, and normally you'd have to go upstairs and drop a platform onto the other side of the scale. But Jessica is going to use some precise jumping here just to, you know, the scale doesn't lower, and she's able to just skip that puzzle completely as well. And that's the end of Scourge there. There was a lot going on that level. I'm sorry if I didn't fully explain things. I was trying to catch up with the scale trick while still explaining the previous trick. All right, so now she's on the way to the Bean bonus room, but because she has less points than Slytherin, the Bean bonus room is just going to be skipped altogether, and she's going to be able to move on to the next part of the run altogether, called Bicorn. And Bicorn is a pretty straightforward level in the glitchless category. It's all about movement, and there's a few little tricks, and I'll explain them as we're going along. So hitting these 2 switches is going to lower this platform here. And Jessica is just going to wait for it to be low enough for her to jump onto it. And she's going to take care of this pixie here because the pixie can bite you. And she's trying to conserve HP. HP is quite important in this run, especially since a skip coming up is going to require at least half HP to do. So she has to hit in 2 snails here, which is going to raise another platform with some crabs on it. And then she's going to have to hit the crabs into the gates, which will unlock the door, allowing her to access. Ah, she got a perfect crab slide there. That's actually an extremely rare occurrence, and it's very hard to pull off intentionally. I'm not actually sure if that crab... That crab can actually slide directly into that gate, saving you quite a significant amount of time. Unfortunately, the angle was off. So here, normally, you have to do a puzzle, but Jessica's just going to skip that by dropping onto the stairs below with some good movement and push these snails into the gates. Unlocking the next part here. All right, so coming up is a maze, and Jessica is gonna skip the maze completely by hitting first the purple switch and then the green switch, and then she's gonna fall down here, and you can get a ledge grab there, conserving HP, but it's quicker to just fall directly into the maze, take half your HP, and recuperate some HP later. So coming up here now is arguably the hardest part of Bicorn. It's wheel skip. Normally these platforms would be moving, making this a lot easier to jump. But with some precise jumps here, you can just skip that completely and just jump from platform to platform. with really good platforming there, Jessica was able to get through that section flawlessly. No problem at all. She makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. And now she's just moving through. Sometimes this room here control you. The pixies can block you. Fortunately, she was on a good cycle there. Just able to get through that room nice and quickly. Just gonna collect this bicorn here, which is one of the ingredients used for the polyjuice potion. And now we're moving on to the duel. And coming out of cutscenes, you face certain directions. So Jessica is going to be walking, usually not straight. As you can see here, she's walking right before turning around and walking straight. And that's just because coming out of the cutscene, it's the direction that she was facing. And she's trying to get ahead of the guy, right? So that he doesn't block her or get in her way. So she's heading into the duel now, and she's going to attempt to kill Malfoy in 2 hits. This duel will take her 9 seconds if done correctly. So 1 hit there, 1 hit there. Those are very, very well-timed hits, or else Malfoy will block those hits. So Jessica did a fantastic job there of getting those 2 hits off and ending that duel instantly. Like, that was a very quick duel. If you try to do that duel casually, you're probably gonna take, I would say, 30-ish seconds, something like that. So we're heading to Defendo, the 3rd spell learning of the game. She's going to be doing the arrow keys here again. These arrow keys here have like a very, very small chance, I want to say, of a fake input. Like, it's basically a non-factor. I think in all the time that I've run this game, I've only got a fake input here 2 times before, so we shouldn't be seeing any fake inputs here. And once again, this is a perfect time if the host has anything to say.
Absolutely perfect timing once again. We've got €5 from Robbie JNTJ3 with a comment saying, "Good luck, Jessica." So indeed, I really love all the good luck we're getting with all these comments. So thank you so much for your donations, everyone. Less than €50 away from 700. So let's reach it, everyone. It's absolutely amazing.
Alright, so as you can see, these spell learning challenges always have 3 levels. It gets harder, I want to say in quotes, but really these spell challenges, the hardest thing is to get good luck and not get a fake input. But she's about to enter Defendo here, and Defendo is quite a long level. Personally, it's not my favorite level, because there aren't an insane amount of cool tricks here. However, there is Jessica is basically running against an invisible clock because she's trying to get good cycles in this level. This level is highly cycle based on where the snails are going to be near the end of the level, so that she can get a quick time. So she's just gonna push these snails in to unlock this door here. Usually that snail could go in 2. It took her 3, unfortunately. So she had to loop back and hit it again. Right here is an unskippable cutscene. It's only like a 5-second cutscene though. This is one of the very few cutscenes that are actually unskippable in the game. You guys may see, you might actually be wondering what the hourglass symbol here is. That pops up very often. That's Jessica skipping a cutscene every time you see that hourglass symbol come up. So Jessica actually has a button bound to her cutscene skip button, and she is holding down that button pretty much the entire run, just to instantly skip every cutscene. So here we're gonna have another moving platform boost with that box and inherited speed, and she's just gonna snipe that rope up top, avoiding having to do a quite a big puzzle, saving a chunk of time there. And now it's really just some platforming, walking around, trying to keep straight lines, hugging the walls to get as quickly as you can to make the cycle. So she's gonna break this scourge, this scourge. She's gonna get a moving platform boost on this box so that she can make that jump right there. Like the pixie, come around. And sometimes these two pixies here, if you're on a bad cycle, can be in a spot that can completely troll you and kill you. And if you fall there, that's a run over. You have to do Defendo again from the beginning, pretty much. Because of Jessica's avoiding save books, because they kind of lag the game. We do have a loadless timer, which removes the times from when you collect save books. But, you know, it makes the game jitter for a second. It could mess with the flow of the game. And really, you don't want that happening. So Jessica is only taking save books if she feels she needs them. It is in Swedish. It is faster by about 22 seconds. So this is the cycles I'm talking about. Jessica got that snail to charge at her by standing in a specific position so that it would go directly into the gate. It looks like, unfortunately, that snail did not go into the hole. So Jessica has to loop back and push it in. Oh, no. Is it in there? All right, that is very unfortunate. So Jessica just got a very rare soft lock.
I need to restart the game, haven't I?
Yes, yes. All right, so let me explain a bit about this soft lock here. I don't know exactly how it happens or why it happens. I just want to say it's very, very rare. Thankfully Jessica did get one save book, but she is going to have to repeat most of this level again. The snail went onto the platform and the platform got triggered. However, the gate did not open, so Jessica wasn't able to proceed at all. And again, that is an extremely unfortunate thing to happen, especially in a marathon. Actually, thankfully it happened in a marathon and not on PB pace. Am I right, Jessica?
Yeah.
Well, would it, considering now that you have to catch back to that, would now be a good time to read a few donations?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. First off, I want to say we have surpassed 700 euros, now sitting at 710. So first off, GG's for reaching that much so far. And this has been done thanks to two awesome donations. First off, we've got a 50 euro donation from Aestheterix without a comment, but this donation has gone to the Unmetal incentive, which was a bad choice run, and therefore this incentive is met. So first off, thank you so much for that. And we've got another donation of 5 euros from Ms. LWD with a comment saying, "You are doing great, Jess. Keep up the good work. Annual soon? Great, Ms. LWD, aka Miss Lude, who, if you may recognize this name, because they ran Silent Hill yesterday, I believe. Yes, looking at the schedule, that is the case. So thank you so much for donations, everyone. Absolutely amazing, and let's keep the great work going.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you so much for the donations. It's a great cause, guys, and thank you for all the good luck you're giving to Jessica. I'm sure she appreciates that. So we're back, and hopefully we don't soft lock here. So, all right, that snail has fallen in, and the cutscene did indeed trigger this time, so we are safe. We're perfectly fine here. And she's just gonna allow this next snail to charge in here too. It's quicker than pushing it in herself. And the gate is open, and we can continue with the run. So, coming up here, Jessica is going to have to hit 2 ropes, which is going to open a bridge. And you could get a moving platform boost off this bridge, but it's risky because if you're too slow, you could get crushed by the bridge. But she did get a baby boost off that bridge, so it's better than dying, and it's better than going for no boost at all. There's a lot of free frogs scattered throughout this level. It's a good time for her to replenish her HP, as you just saw her do, collecting the chocolate frog to top up. And here she's just gonna wait for the snail to charge at her so it gets closer to its hole, and then at the end of charging, just push it in 4 hits. And we just have 2 more snails to push in here now, and we're at the end of the window. I told you guys, this is the longest level, with or without that soft lock. Collect the final challenge star, and now we're moving on to boom slaying. So I want to say boom slaying is one of the quickest levels, and Jessica is going to go for a very cool strategy in boom slaying called shroom stacking. And I know she's been practicing this one, and I know she really wants to show off this trick, so yep, we are going to be stacking. So if you get ahead of Ron here, you know you're going relatively quickly. So the first thing is she is going to skip basically half the level here. This isn't the shroom stacking trick, but she's going to skip half the level by jumping on a shroom here to get a ledge grab right here. And she just skipped a huge section of this level. Now, she is going to attempt to get 3 mushrooms stacked on top of each other, kind of making a makeshift ladder, allowing her to climb into the greenhouse and avoid having to go all the way. So let's see how she does this here. She has 1 shroom down. She gets another shroom, and on the 3rd one, she has to jump here at a precise time. And perfect, she's got a ladder. Now she's gonna have to climb this without accidentally picking up a shroom, and beautifully done. That's the end of the level right there, collecting the boom slang. It's quite huge, Ras. I would say, because you have to normally rotate a bridge like 2 times and go through a bunch of rooms. But that was a beautiful shroom stack, and now she's coming up to not the hardest trick in the run, but the absolute most important trick in the run. This trick is very nerve-wracking, because if she misses the trick, she has to go through 2.5 minutes of unskippable cutscenes. So this trick saves 2.5 minutes, and let's see if she gets it here. If she messes this up, and she got it perfect. All right, so if she basically she jumped from one staircase to the next one while avoiding a trigger on the platform where nearly headless Nick is, and if she touches that trigger, she would have been brought to Dumbledore's office, and she would have had to watch 2.5 minutes of cutscenes. Fortunately, she did that flawlessly, beautifully, and was just gone. Out of there. Right to the bathroom. Never go to Dumbledore's office. So now she's entering Goyle. And Goyle is one of my favorite levels. I don't know why. It's not like there's anything particularly hard about this level. It's just such a fun, chill level for me. So it looks like she is going for some marathon safety here. There is a trick that saves about 1 second where you could do this section a little bit quicker. But just for safety, we're going around the normal way.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Jessica. It's your
I have my own timer running, and I just got the golden time for next skip.
Hey, congratulations.
Or wait, greenhouse was gold. I'm confused.
Yeah, that's with the mushroom stack.
Maybe the mushroom stack was quicker.
Yeah, that mushroom stack was actually pretty good. So here she's just pushing some crabs in to lower or make the elevator come up. Here she's gonna bait the snails really close to the hole just by moving out of the way. That way they only take one hit each to push in. A little bit of time saved there. Otherwise she would have had to push them each 3-4 times, something like that. And she's just gonna move through the level normally. Coming up here, there's a bit of cool platforming to get through this section quickly. She's just gonna break all the scourges and try to go quick. Lots of jumping here, trying to conserve HP because there is a trick coming up after Goyle where you need quite a bit of HP to survive. So hopefully she doesn't take any more damage here. There is a safety frog at the end of Goyle if she wants to collect that, but she does have enough HP right now. And it looks like she is opting to get the frog. Over here, she's just gonna jump from corner, get a long ledge grab there. And now she's just gonna walk out to the end of Goyle, and that's Goyle. Perfect. So, the reason I should explain a bit about the story. You guys know the movie. Everybody here knows the movie, I'm assuming. Or most people. But she's collecting the ingredients for the polyjuice potion. That was the final ingredient. The first one was the bicorn. The second one was the boomslang. And the third one was Goyle's hair. That way Hermione can brew a potion. So that you could see now Jessica has transformed into Goyle because Jessica is now heading to the Slytherin common room so that she can interrogate Draco and find out if Draco is the heir to Slytherin and if he's the one behind all of the attacks on the students in the school and Miss Norris, the cat. So Jessica is just making her way over to the Slytherin Common Room. And Slytherin Common Room has one very cool trick. Other than that, it's just about going as quickly as you possibly can. So I'll explain the trick as she's coming up to it. There is going to be another unskippable cutscene here. This cutscene is something like 7 seconds, I want to say. 10 seconds.
Rent blod.
Aha, det är lösenordet. Jag kan säkert använda det för att komma in i Slytherins sällskapsrum.
So, making her way into the Slytherin common room here, Jessica's first gonna head right, so she's gonna jump, touch that platform as far to the right as possible, and then hold right so that she's closer to the open doorway. And this room here has a bit of wonky hitboxes on the ropes. Jessica did a good job of being able to break both ropes by standing in a good position, but sometimes it's very, very difficult to hit those ropes just because the hitboxes in that room are a little bit wild. So coming up right here is bridge skip. So normally this bridge here will not raise long enough for you to make these jumps across, but with perfect jumps, beautiful, beautiful, by the way, Jessica, with some very, very precise jumps there, Jessica is able to hit the button on the right spot and get off some pretty precise jumps to make it across that bridge before it falls. So that was well done. I'm sure she was a little bit nervous about that one. It could be nerve-wracking at times. If you fail it, it loses about 7 seconds if you die and fall off the bridge. But first try, very, very good there. So again, now she's actually in the common room at this point. Gonna go have a conversation with Malfoy, and then head out. She's gonna convert back into Harry here, and have to dodge around the students. Sometimes the students can be in bad spots, but it's cycle based because she got the bridge skip first try. The students are in all the good spots, so she won't get caught here. And now Jessica's on her way to Spongify, which is the 4th and final spell learning challenge of the game. After that, Harry will know all of the spells that you would expect a second year student to know. And she's doing some good movement here on the stairs. I never mentioned that before, but she's staying on the banisters, cutting lines really well. And coming into the arrow keys here is one more time for the host to take it away if he wants to.
All right, absolutely. So I would like to remind everyone once again that BSG Online 7 is raising money from Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who is dealing with mental issues themselves or within their family. So in terms of things that they do and interesting facts that really show how important it is to donate to such a cause. In every region of the world, mental disorders surpass 10% of the population, and governments seem to lack the momentum in reducing the burden of mental health problems, as only 55% have mental health awareness and only 8% have suicide prevention plans. And as such, organizations like Mind help raise awareness to the issue to help us get one step closer to a world where everyone gets the help they need. And with that said, it's amazing that we've reached beyond 700 euros reached during this event for this amazing organization. So thank you everyone for your donations so far during this event. And hopefully we'll be able to break the 1,000 euros barrier in the next day or so. That will be amazing. So let's keep it going, everyone.
Alright, so into Spongify here. Right away, there's going to be a cutscene trigger, and if you jump at the correct time, you could actually get over that trigger. It saves less than a second, but let's see if Jessica is able to jump over that trigger. It's right before the staircase, pretty much the first set of stairs. So let's see if she manages to jump over it. Right. Unfortunately, she did hit the cutscene, but what are you gonna do? It saves, like, I would say 1/10 of a second. So Jessica now knows the spell Spongify, which allows her to trigger these tiles, which bounce you around. They bounce you horizontally and vertically. Jessica just skipped another cutscene trigger, which avoids doing a puzzle in this room. And that puzzle would have cost her, I want to say, about 30 seconds, so very, very good optimization there. And she's actually zooming through this level really, really quickly. So coming up here, she's going to do another moving platform boost on this box, allowing her to make this a very large gap. Right there, and she inherited the speed from that, allowing her to make that. And this jump right here just skipped, I want to say, like 60% of Spongify level. So she's out of Spongify, and it looks like she did that in 1:19 minutes, which is a pretty decent time for Spongify, I want to say. Also, to answer the question about stars, at this point, stars don't matter because Gryffindor will never be able to catch up to Slytherin in house points. It's just a kind of a force of habit. where we avoid stars even towards the end of the run. So she does have the Spongify spell now, so she doesn't have to do all that staircase platforming. And we're heading to the bathroom, and we're gonna go into the young Hagrid cutscene, where Hagrid is accused of opening the Chamber of Secrets 50 years ago. This is a 48-second unskippable cutscene. I'm not sure if the host has anything to say here.
I mean, sure. I mean, unless you have anything to say, but you know, if we have time here, you know, it's a great opportunity to thank ESA for hosting the BSG events, including this one and, you know, all the previous ones as well. You can consider using your free monthly Prime Gaming subscription right here on the ESA channel to access both ESA modes as well as BSG modes if you want to. And that's something you can do to support, you know, both events. And, you know, especially, for instance, as you know, there will be a BSG Annual 2022 happening this August. And as such, your support can help make such events happen. So that's also a different way you can definitely show support to this amazing event. So yeah, thank you everyone, and let's go.
Great. All right, so now Jessica is on her way to Forest, and Ron is gonna abandon us in Forest. I know it looks like he's gonna help us out, but once again, Harry has to do everything alone, unfortunately. So we're gonna go into Forest, and we're gonna confront Aragog to find out if he is the monster from 50 years ago that killed Moaning Myrtle, and if he's the monster from the Chamber of Secrets. And Aragog is going to be an interesting fight at the end of Forest. And I want to warn everybody that Aragog is quite a loud fight. The sound team for this game didn't do a good job at balancing the audio for Aragog. So headphone users, etc., I will warn you one more time before we get there, but the fight is a little bit loud. So Jessica just skipped a bridge that will fall from under your feet by doing some good platforming, jumping to the left on some vines and then jumping back onto the other part of the bridge. Yes, lots of spiders. And for those of you who do not know, spiders are extremely afraid of the basilisk, which is why they're like all crazy right now and running and leading towards the forest. So Jessica's just moving through the level as quickly as possible, trying to take as little damage as possible, because at this point she doesn't want to have to go out of her way to collect frogs. Lord. Alright, so coming up, everybody get ready. I'm not sure how loud it's gonna be on your end. We have some pretty good mixing, but right here, it's gonna get loud in about 5 seconds. And this fight here is gonna be loud. So these webs here that Jessica is destroying, there are 8 of these webs, but with well-timed casts, you could cast on each web 2 times, allowing her to only have to destroy 4 of the webs. And so the Aragog fight here is pretty straightforward. He has 2 different attacks. He will use his webs, and then he'll charge, and then webs, charge, and then he'll use webs again. And Jessica should have Aragog killed by the 5th cycle. So there is a new strategy for this, but the strategy only came out recently. It's a very cool strategy, and it saves a few seconds to kill Aragog. Jessica is not opting to go for it because it is a new strategy and there wasn't enough time to learn it. But that's a clean, quick Aragog, all in all. So now Jessica is heading to the hospital wing where she finds out that Hermione has been petrified. And Hermione's holding a note in her hand saying the Chamber of Secrets is like in the pipes and it's in Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. So Hermione figured that out. So we're heading to Chamber 1. Chamber is split into 3 parts. It has Chamber 1, Chamber 2, and then it has the snake fight. 3 different maps in this level. So when you jump on a Spongify tile, by the way, you take no fall damage. So right now she's immune to fall damage after jumping on that Spongify tile. And coming up here, Jessica is going to go for Scourge Snipe. Now, there is a Scourge and she's looking... Oh my god, that is beautiful. So let me explain what just happened there. That probably saved anywhere from 15 to 20 seconds by sniping the Scourge. She avoided having to go downstairs, hit the Scourge, hit a Spongify, come back upstairs, and then avoid those moving, crushing platforms. So she just did a very, very precise trick, very quickly and very beautifully. What she's doing here now is she's attempting something called Chamber Jump, which takes a very precise jump to get across this gap. And this is a very hard trick that Jessica just learned today. So she's opting to not go for it and instead just do it the normal way. It is a very hard trick and only about 3 runners go for it. So coming up now, we're moving into the Pixie room, the final room of Chamber 1, and we're doing Pixie Proxy. So Jessica is going to bounce off this Pixie onto the middle platform and avoid having to do pretty much this entire room. So you're going to see that here in a second. Boom, she bounces off that Pixie right to this middle little island. Hit that rope. Gonna bounce again. Oh, that Pixie block. Oh, but she still made it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And that's the end of Chamber 1. We're moving on to Chamber 2. That was a very... Pixie Proxy is one of my absolute favorite tricks because it's so cool. Using the Pixie's hitbox to redirect you to that middle island. It's such a creative trick.
Ryan, one thing. I think we're 10 minutes before the end already.
Yes, we're 10 minutes before the end. I will remind time again.
I think it's only 2 minutes by now. 5?
No, I say there's about 4 minutes left in the run. 3 minutes. But yeah, I'll let you guys know again. And here, Jessica is... That may look like a wall walk. Oh, fell. That may look like a wall walk, which is a glitch banned in Glitchless. However, the reality here is that they just programmed this bridge with really bad collision. So, in reality, she's walking on the lip of the bridge. And so that's allowed in the Glitchless category. That's not a wall walk. Just using the collision to our advantage. Using just the game mechanics. And here's a bit of an Indiana Jones section. There is a boulder chasing her, but that boulder is moving at a snail's pace. In reality, it's impossible to die here pretty much unless you accidentally fall down a hole. So now Jessica is just gonna hit this rope, wait for this to crush that wall, come back, and once she jumps through this door, this is the end of chamber 2, and we're moving on to the snake fight, the final fight in the run. So it looks like Jessica is not opting to go for a second potion here. So she just drank her potion there. Fortunately, she has full HP, but she's going to have to fight Snake without a potion, which is quite a difficult thing to do. Normally, you want one potion coming into Snake at least, because Snake does quite a bit of damage. So there's 2 phases of Snake. This first phase here is pretty simple. Hit Snake 5 times, and then he starts popping out of these vents. Now, it is possible to kill Snake here in 2 cycles. However, it's very, very difficult and involves a trick called damage boosting. So it looks like Jessica is going to opt to go for a 3 cycle here. And hopefully she's able to do this. Her HP is a bit low, but it looks like she's going to get the 3 cycle. And time isn't going to end when Snake dies. Ooh, that's unfortunate. So even though Snake's HP is low here, he has to die in the second vent. So Jessica has to lure him back to the second vent before she's able to actually kill the Snake. So time isn't going to end when Snake dies, but it's going to end soon after. So get ready on time, because it's going to end in about 20 seconds as soon as Jessica walks through this big door down here. So I'll let you know time's going to end when she walks through this door in front of her. And time.
GG's.
So that was that was quite a run with a bad RNG in the Scourge lesson, like 2 times a fake input. What is the chance? I think 4% of a chance to get fake inputs, and to get it twice it's even less. And the soft lock. The first time I soft locked in the Vendo never happened to me before. The chance of that soft lock is also, I think, maybe 1% or so. But it was quite a fun run. I showed some cool tricks, I think.
Yeah, you did an incredible job, Jessica. It's like that first try Scourge snipe, I kind of want to like go back and look at that, because that was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a really good Scourge snipe. Never happened to me before as well that I got it first try, but...
The legendary marathon words, this never happened before. Do you have any last things you want to say before we move on?
Yeah, well, thanks for the support, and keep donating for this good charity event.
Alright. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to say, yeah, hopefully you guys can reach the 1,000 euros as was mentioned. It's going to a great cause, and thank you so much for watching the run. I love showing off Harry Potter. I loved commentating it, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, thank you so much to you both. Just before we move on, we actually did get another donation, which I'm gonna read here as it's relevant. It is a 10 euros donation from Bring Me Cake, saying, "This Harry Potter run is very entertaining and brightening my day. Thank you." Less than 3. So there you go, showing all the love for this Harry Potter run. And it's a great way to conclude this run. So thank you very much for your donation. And with that said, we're just about to head into intermission for Unmetal 80% Easy by Nick RP Green. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back.